Principle of language assessment. To learn about the principles of language assessment, we first have to know what is assessment. Assessment is one component to teaching and activities. By doing assessment, teacher can helpfully gain information about every aspect of their students, especially their achievement. An aspect that plays crucial role in assessment is test. And a good test is constructed by considering the principle of language assessment. We have five principles of language assessment, and they are practicality, validity, reliability, authenticity, and watchback. The practicality can be simply defined as the relationship between available resources. Brown defines practicality in terms of cost, time, administration, and scoring. The cost refers to the test. In the cost, the test should not be too expensive to conduct. The cost of the test has to stay within the budget and avoid conducting a test that requires excessive budget. In the time, the test should have within appropriate time constraints. The test should not be too long or too short. In administration, the test should not be too complicated or complex to conduct. The test should be quite simple to administer. And scoring, the scoring process should fit into the time allocation. A test should become accompanied with scoring rubrics, key answers, and so on to make it easy to score. Validity. Validity of a test is the extent to which it exactly measures what it is supposed to measure. A test must aim to provide a true measure of the particular skills which it is intended to measure, not to the extent that it measures external knowledge and other skills at the same time. Brown proposed five ways to establish validity. They are content validity, criterion validity, construct validity, consequential validity, and the phase validity. The content validity have the correlation between the contents of the test and the language skill structure, which it is means to be measured has to be crystal clear. The test item should really represent to the course objectives. In the criterion validity, this kind of validity emphasizes on the relationship between the test score and the outcome. The test score should really represent the criterion that it intended to measure in the test. The criterion validity can be established through two ways. The current validity test, it says have current validity if the results is supported by other current performance beyond the assessment itself. And the predictive validity, tends to assess and predict a student's possible future success. And the construct validity. In the construct validity, it refers to the concept or theories which are underlying the usage of certain ability, including language ability. And the construct validity shows that the result of the test really represents the same construct with the ability of the student which is being measured. The consequential validity. The consequential validity refers to the social consequences of using a particular test of a particular purpose. The use of a test is said to have consequential validity to the extent that society benefits from that use of the test. And in the face validity, a test is says to have face validity if it is looked to other testers, teacher, moderators, and the student as if it measured that with it's supposed to measure. The reliability. And the reliability refers to the consistency of the scores obtained. It means that if the test is administered to the same students on different occasions, then it produces the same results. Reliability actually does not really deal with the test itself. It deals with the results of the test. The test results should be consistent. Reliability falls into four kinds. The first is student related reliability, reader reliability, test reliability, and the administration reliability. The student's reliability is the kind of reliability the student reliability refers to the temporary illness, fatigue, bad day, anxiety, and other physical or psychological factors for the students. Thus, the score obtained to the students may be not his her actual score. And the rater validity deals with the scoring process. Factors that can affect the reliability might be human error, subjectively, and bias in scoring process. This kind of reliability fall in two categories. They are inter-rater reliability, and when occurs two or more scores yield inconsistent scores of the same test, possibility for lack of attention to scoring criterion, inexperience, inattention, or even biases. And the number two, intramural reliability. It is a common occurrence for classroom teacher because of unclear scoring criterion, fatigue, and bias toward particular good or bad students or simple carelessness. The test administration reliability. Uh, the test administration reliability concerned with the condition and situation in which the test is administered. The test reliability. The test reliability refers to the test itself, whether the test fits into the time constraints. It means that the test should not be too long or too short. The items of the test should be crystal clear that it will not end with ambiguity. The authenticity. Authenticity deals with the real world. Authenticity is the degree of correspondence of characteristics of a given language test task to the features of a target language task. Teachers should construct a test with the test items are likely to be used for applied in the real context of daily life. Brown also proposed consideration that might be helpful to present authenticity in a test, and they are. The language in the test is natural as possible. Items are contextualized rather than insulated. Topics are meaningful to the learners, and some thematic organization to the items is provided to just through a story or episode. And tasks represent are closely approximate real world tasks. The watchback. Watchback or backwatch refers to the influence of testing on teaching and learning. The influence itself can be positive or negative. The positive watchback has beneficial influence on teaching and learning. It means teachers and students have a positive attitude toward examination or test and work willingly and collaborative towards its objectives. And a good test should have a good effect. The negative watchback does not give any beneficial influence on teaching and learning. And a conclusion. As a conclusion, I said a test is good if it contains practicality, a good validity, high reliability, authenticity, and a positive watchback. The five principle provides guidelines for both constructing and evaluating the test. Teachers should apply these five principles in constructing or evaluating tests, which will be used in assessment activities. Thank you.